this is a game that I've been meaning to start for a while in general, but seriously start for the past 2 months now. And I kept on having more things coming up where it's like, do I really have time to start this? And I got really hesitant when a Nintendo Direct was announced recently for the Switch 2 that was going to be like, what was it, a little bit over an hour long. And I was like, uh-oh, are they going to announce a whole bunch of things and fill up my game queue? Not too much. Or I was worried that new things were going to be announced where it's like, I want to do these other things leading up to it. Luckily, not the case. And there was luckily not anything that nothing Xeno related during the presentation there. I want to get on top of this now because Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition make it very clear Xenosaga is important. Well, I mean, we knew that Xenosaga was important as of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where we saw the conduit, which is in like the same shape as the Zohar that, like, if I press the button here, do I have to hit start or something? This. Look, it's there. It's that. It's the thing. It's the multi-dimensional crazy plot device of the Xenosaga games that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 brought in. And people were like, huh, I guess it's connected to Xenosaga. Like, of course, Cosmos and Telos were in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but that was more as like a for fun kind of inclusion. I don't think that that's canon. But come on, with like the conduit, and then with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Future Redeemed there, where it's like, okay, is X canon now? Also, they name dropped Dmitry Yuriev, or whatever the heck his name is, which is apparently the Klaus equivalent from the Xenosaga games. And the DLC also ended with like a very similar ending credits thing as apparently Xenosaga Episode 3. So I don't know that Xenogears would ever be brought into the mix since that's owned by Squeenix, I believe. And while there has been like some connections to Xenogears from what I've heard, like X with the monsters and stuff like that in the Lifehold. I've heard that that was Xenogears. Like, I don't think that they would be able to bring that into the canon or anything. But Xenosaga, which is owned by Bandai Namco, that's who published these games, or just Namco here at the time. Nintendo and Bandai Namco are pretty buddy. Hence, they're being like Xenosaga content directly in Xenoblade games already. What with like Cosmos, the main character essentially of the Xenosaga games, appearing in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So clearly, Namco is very all right with Nintendo and Monolith Soft to just bringing Xenosaga into the canon. So these games are important, it seems like. There's stuff going on with the conduit. We found out from Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition that it's not that all these things are in the same world. I was so confused during the Xenoblade 3 DLC where it's like, huh? Is X canon? But that doesn't make any sense. And is Xenosaga now canon in it? When like Dmitry Yuriev was spelled with like a slightly different name, like a slightly different spelling than in the Xenosaga games. But then X Definitive Edition brought in like the whole multiversal thing and all the different conduits and stuff, bringing to light that that's what's going on here. So that tells us, okay, the past that we saw in Future Redeemed of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 doesn't say that X and Xenosaga are canon, but that there's similarities across these connected worlds. Hence, Dmitry Yuriev is like an actual person in the Xenoblade story, but he's not some head honcho Klaus-like character, and his name is spelled a little bit different than Xenosaga. But there is still a Dmitry Yuriev in Xenoblade, and there's a Project Exodus in Xenoblade outside of X that was seeking to like go colonize other planets, but it wasn't done as like the only hope of humanity, like with X lore. So there's clear parallels between these stories, and I was so confused about stuff with the ghosts in Xenoblade X Definitive Edition because the ghosts didn't really have much of a presence in original Xenoblade X, but with Definitive Edition and the epilogue, the ghosts are like a key pivotal part. And I looked into it a little bit on my own time, and apparently the ghosts of X Definitive Edition bear striking utility purpose to the Gnosis, I believe they're called. It's spelled like Gnosis from the Xenosaga games that are like correctors of the universe or something like that. So clearly, they're bringing stuff together, and I feel like Xenoblade 3 is probably the end of Xenoblade if I had to guess, and I think that the next mainline game that Monolith Soft puts out is probably going to be Xeno something else. And it seems like it's going to tie in together Xenosaga and Xenoblade, and I'm kind of very curious where that's going. And so I want to play through the 3 Xenosaga games before that point happens. Really glad nothing Xeno related was announced during the Nintendo Direct there, and that I have time. Because what if a new Xeno thing was announced and then I had to bum rush through 3 games? But if I start 1 now, I have time, then I'll do 2 sometime later, and then maybe I'll just start 3 whenever the next thing is announced. I want to get on top of this so I'm not like bum rushing at the last second. I want to handle this in a bit of a healthier way. I can't believe this game is connected to Xenoblade. I mean, they didn't 100% confirm it themselves, but the entire community mutually agrees that Xenosaga is related to the game ever since the ending of Xenoblade 3 DLC. Yeah, after the ending of Xenoblade 3 DLC and just like other notes like Dmitry Yuriev in like the past cutscene of Xenoblade 3, plus the new stuff that was brought to the table with X Definitive Edition and like the ghosts, the Gnosis, and the whole multiversal shenanigans, it's like, okay, this is important. Now, I didn't hear anything about Xenogears being connected as much as Xenosaga is. Yeah, I've heard about just like parallels of ideas, but I don't think that it would ever be brought into like the overarching story because like Squeenix and Nintendo wouldn't be quite as buddy-buddy as Bandai Namco and Nintendo here. So, it's cool that Bandai Namco and Nintendo are buddy-buddy, that they're pulling Xenosaga into Xenoblade stuff, but now don't bum rush through it. Take your time with the game and enjoy it. Yeah, that's my intention here. Hopefully Bandai Namco has no problem with emulators. Yeah, hopefully they're not like Nintendo here. Yeah, so I don't want to be bum rushing through it at the last second. And before I start here, I was honestly debating about whether I wanted to play this on emulator. I'm playing it on emulator. Or if I wanted to play it on original hardware. Because I do have the option available to me. I do own Xenosaga Episode 1 for my PlayStation 2 here. If you want to see what the case of this game looks like. Here's what we got here. Thousands of years into the future, man exists only in deep space. Brutally opposed by a merciless alien race, humanity faces an uncertain destiny as it unlocks the secrets of the universe in search of the ultimate truth. I really wish there was music playing on this title screen so we had something to listen to. An epic adventure delivering over 80 hours of gameplay. Googling it, apparently the game isn't that long. It's only that long if you like actually do a whole bunch of side stuff. Thank goodness. Stunning graphics, breathtaking cinematics, and beautifully rendered 3D environments. Music performed by the London Philharmonic Orchestra. That's cool. 4 exhilarating mini games. Innovative battle and control systems. So that's what it looks like here. So I do have Xenosaga, and I still have like my PlayStation 2 that works. But I would need to like pull up my actual PlayStation 2, my original controllers. I need to route things through my AV to HDMI adapter and then into my capture card, and my AV to HDMI adapter is like falling apart. I might need to put some electrical tape on the cable, or I just like replace the whole unit there, which is probably a better idea because it's a little bit of a fire hazard. So yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard, is that Xenogears has a lot more parallels to Xenoblade X there. Hope things are going well today, Redora Master. Yeah, mech stuff there. This is true. But I don't think that Xenogears is ever going to be, like, official, proper canon stuff. What else was I about to say here? I had a look through the manual on my own time that I thought was interesting. You remember the days of, I can turn the chat back on for this layout here. Remember the days of having, like, full color manuals with games and all that? Whoops, I'm flipping a little bit too fast, but all that stuff. And there was something interesting that I saw at the end. Here's a thing to mail at the end of the instruction manual. So you put postage there. This is how you registered your game. Back in ye old days. I mean, I played a lot of PlayStation 2 as a kid. I loved my PlayStation 2. I never did anything like this with the game. So this was your Namco registration card, where you would fill out the information here, and then you would register your product of Xenosaga Episode 1. And if you get a little bit stumped on the game somewhere, you can call here, Namco's top secret info line. It's 99 cents a minute for automated tips and $1.25 a minute for live counseling. Pricing subject to change without notice. Do you think I should go ahead and call them and ask how the heck do I beat Xenosaga? Wouldn't that be a great idea? So I thought that was a kind of cool novel thing. So yeah, I could have played this physically on original hardware, but I didn't for 2 reasons. One is just the convenience without having to hook up all the equipment and everything there playing on my PC. 2, I guess, is for the graphics. We'll get enhanced graphics. But 3, and one of the biggest reasons, is I want to keep it consistent across platforms. I don't want to be playing 1 on original hardware and then like 2 and 3 on emulator. I've browsed around different retro game stores in my city, and I got this at a retro game store in my city. And you can buy Xenosaga 1 and 2 for not half bad of prices. Like, I got this for $45 Canadian. Xenosaga 2 is around the same kind of cost. Xenosaga 3 is like hundreds of dollars for some reason. Like, it's not as expensive as copies of, say, like, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance that I've seen around or anything. But it's up there. It would be like a high 200s or low 300s levels of dollars. It's like the cost of 2 modern Nintendo games plus their DLCs in this country. So that's a little bit steep. So as much as I would like to own all 3 of the Xenosaga games physically one day, that might not be for a little while. Because while 1 and 2 are fairly reasonable on the market, for whatever reason, 3 is just uber banana bears crazy high. And I don't really think that I'm going to be affording that anytime soon. It's not that important for me to be owning episode 3 as soon as possible. So, yeah, that's why we're playing it on Emulator. Let's keep it consistent, because I'll just emulate 2 and 3 as well, because, my god, that would take a big bite out of my wallet there. Realized with Cosmos and the other female, I should know her name. I watched most of the Xenosaga anime, like, many years ago. I didn't finish it, and I don't remember much about it. If there's a jiggle physics, while their appearance in Xenoblade 2 gave them a shit ton of physics, I wonder if this game had it toned down, though. I mean, it's a PS2 game, so how much can you really do? Let's see how cracked Monolith Soft was back then. Still have a strategy guide for Pokemon Black and White. I have a super in-depth guide for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. My Platinum guide's like yee thick. I think it's on this shelf right here. It is. You want to see a strategy guide? I have the Black and White one too, but the Black and White one's like this thick. Look how thick the Platinum one is. Pokemon Platinum. Everything you could want in there. If we got to talk about strategy guides, I whip out the Pokemon Platinum guide. Go ahead and put this back on my shelf. Wow. Slide that back in there. If you're referring to the Black and White one, you mean this? You mean that one right there? Nowhere near as thick and cool as the Platinum one. But it's still pretty cool. Still a nice guide. Having everything all mapped out and stuff. Wow. Go ahead and slide this back on the shelf. Man, if there's anyone watching this on YouTube after the fact, like, God, when does he start the game? Sorry. Still have my booklet pamphlet for Explorers of Time and Explorers of Sky. Nice. I have not made too many copies of Xenosaga 3. Yeah, maybe that's it. Apparently, Xenosaga was originally going to be a 6-game epic. I held up 7 for a second there. This was going to be 6 games, is what the initial plan was. So, apparently, Xenoblade 1 and 2, Xenosaga 1 and 2, I've heard are a lot slower. Like, they kind of introduce things and get some different plot threads going, but it's meant to be resolved in later games. And then these games didn't perform as well as Namco hoped, and they were like, alright, you got to make 1 more game, not 4 more games. And then Monolith Soft was like, oh god, we gotta wrap it all up in 3. So I hear that 3 is the best by far, because it, like, resolves everything, but it is fairly rushed, because they thought that they were gonna have 4 more games, not 1 more game. So, we'll see how slow Xenosaga 1 and 2 are storytelling-wise, but that might be why they might not have made too many copies of Xenosaga 3. Maybe, because things were starting to go a little bit downhill, and they were like, alright, 1 more game, then you're done. Because, yeah, they wanted to turn this into a big multimedia thing, but with the games, the anime that they made, I think that they wanted to make, like, more media stuff with it. Like, they wanted to turn this into a big franchise and didn't quite succeed with it. The same reason Pokemon Box is so gosh darn expensive. Not because there's a massive ton of people that actually want it, but because there's so few copies. Talk about this guides. I have the one from Fire Red and Leaf Green. Nice. I know one of my cousins has that. I did 10k bits. I'm here to see the game. Yeah, the thingamabob that's there. Here, I'll click a new game. Oh yeah, I have to hit circle. I found out when I was testing that my custom textures are working. Not only do I have this bumped up into HD with just like emulation stuff, but I'm also running a texture pack that I'll link in the descriptions of all these videos. So things might be looking even better than normal. Apart from stuff like this that would be like, I assume these cutscenes are pre-rendered, so these cutscenes are probably going to look the same, but when things are actually rendered in-game, it's probably going to look a whole lot better. I hope so as well. I'll see if I have to go into the menu. I think when I tested on my own time, I had to go turn them on. I don't remember. I don't recall here. And I'll see if I need to adjust the game volume at all in the volume mixer. I should have tested that before we got started. Oh, well. But yeah, this is Xenosaga Episode 1. Der Wille zur Macht. We know that with Xenoblade stuff in general, they do like their fair share of German. Okay, it is on.
On the northern cliff tomorrow. The ground there is hard, so be careful when you dig.
Yes, sir.
Doctor!
Der Wille zur Macht essentially means the will through might.
What is it? Did you find something?
Yeah, we followed the corridor from the lakeside. It matches the location described in the
That must
research.
be it.
Looks like it should be
Good. Show
okay-ish
us where it
now,
is.
looking over at OBS. I think it was just that guy's initial line that was really quiet because he was far off.
It's different from the others.
I can turn it up a smidge if you want, though. Like that.
It's over there.
Also, it's a 4x3 game, so I don't necessarily have to turn my camera off for cutscenes. Like, you just get to see me. Okie doke. It's the not conduit. Maybe by playing these games, I'll finally understand what the heck is going on with Xenoblade stuff a little bit better. Because I know that there's clear parallels. I do. He had a thing with him. Also, when Finn was here visiting last month, he told me he played this game, not the later Xenosaga games, but he did play this one. And he said it was pretty good. So we'll see what it's all about. Does it now? The old Rockstar game. Just the exact same shape as the conduit? Almost. I think the parts that protrude out are slightly pointier. I love how the ground is shaking and everyone's like, what the heck? There's that one guy in the background that's just walking across like he doesn't care. Oh, now people are booking it. That one guy's like, yep, it's another Monday. The excuse that they might go with in future Xeno games is that maybe the conduit looks a little bit different in different universes and it has different names in different universes. Like in the Xenosaga games, if I remember correctly, it's known as the Zohar, but in Xenoblade lore, it's known as the conduit. But they essentially are the same thing and serve the same purpose. And we do now know for sure from Xenoblade X Definitive Edition that there are multiple conduits. It's not like it's just one. They exist in different universes. Basically is. Go up there for a cool boss battle is what that looks like video game wise. So presumably something like this happened in Xenoblade lore where the conduit was discovered. Except we never actually directly see that in Xenoblade. I'm starting to get super warm. Yeah, I think the edges are a bit pointier in Xenosaga. I don't know who did the composing, but apparently the music is performed by that orchestra that it said on the back. Why I'm suddenly getting super warm. I always start streams of new games like super cold and having a bunch of layers on, and then I actually start, and then I start getting way too warm for whatever reason. And click off the game without stopping it, right? Yeah, cool. Turn the tracking on my camera, that censors it a little bit better. "4,000 years later, no big deal. Namco presents a Monolith Software Inc. production. Yeah, we'll see what Monolith Soft made leading up to the Xenoblade game, Xenosaga Episode 1. Wille zur Macht. But yeah, it was Yasunori Mitsuda, who also did the music for Xenogears. Okay. Yeah, so we see that, and then it's just 4,000 years later. I could have sworn I had the graphics bumped up. Oh, I think I tested this on my own time. And that I was wondering what the heck. Because I remember I was testing this like a month ago. I was testing this a little bit before Frag to make sure it was working. And I was losing my mind at why the graphics weren't enhanced here. I'm pretty sure it's because this cutscene is pre-rendered. So I think once you get past the pre-rendered cutscenes, we'll get like Super HD and custom textures and stuff looking a bit better. Well, not Super HD, you know what I mean. It looks a whole lot better. But this cutscene would be pre-rendered, so it's the way it is. You don't change it, it's pre-rendered. I forgot I did that testing, and I had a mini panic attack for a second, being like, am I really going into this that unprepared? Why is there a white line on the right side of the screen there? And the bottom, but that one's cropped off at least. I made this layout from my GameCube and Wii 4x3 layouts that I thought it would work perfectly with. Technically, it doesn't. Technically, the top and bottom 2 pixels of the screen are cut off by this layout.
Commencing startup experiment.
So you're technically just barely not seeing the full screen. So you don't see the white bar on the bottom of the screen that I get. But the sides aren't cut off at all, so you see the weird white bar I have on the right side. But it just looks like a natural barrier between the game and my stuff here, so whatever.
Opening cage partition. 60
yeah.
seconds to
That's something I know. This Zohar is the
Beginning
same as the
countdown.
conduit. Yeah, but in a different universe here.
56, 55, 54,
Quite the same. The conduit from 2 has all 90-degree angles.
51.
No, they're not all 90-degree angles. It's still a little bit curved. It's just not as pointy as a Xenosaga. Well, it's definitely not all right angles for those protruding bits. But yeah. But the Zohar here has more of a physical form, while the Conduit looks like it has more of an essence or spiritual type of texture to it. Maybe it, and then it mysteriously vanishes in Xenoblade 2. We don't know how much of a physical thing it is in Xenoblade. We didn't see that much of it in X Definitive. We just know that there was a purple one. Did he just go to like another universe or something? Just knowing how Conduit stuff shenanigans go in Xenoblade? Because I know that they're like interdimensional portals.
Proceeding with Cosmos body formation.
Is what the Conduit and Zohars are. So he just touched it and like switch dimensions or something.
Body
That what went on.
complete, commencing pen-filled
But yeah.
mapping.
Okay, it's quite the resume there. I never fully watched this cutscene. I wanted to go into it blind. For when I actually played here, just went a little bit through it for testing purposes, making sure stuff was working here.
76, 77,
Thus they performed a human sacrifice.
Encephalon construction complete.
There's noise
Suddenly
appearing in
looks
the
like a Metal
temporal
Gear
lobe.
area.
What's the problem?
It's on the left side of the temporal lobe. I'm showing slight stimulation of the synapses in section 818. It's within permissible bounds, though. Do you want to abort?
No. Let's keep going. Just stick to the menu. I'll try for a direct approach. Back me up.
Roger. Launching not to
Normally in games where I turn my camera off, you wouldn't see if I needed to like check my email for something. Is that anything important? Upcoming car show as part of the car club that I'm part of. Meh, I can read that later. Always good to check these things in case it's something important. So that's usually something that I do during like cutscenes of games that you wouldn't know any better. Like with Xenoblade games. Just realized, what if Cosmos and what's her name is sort of like an aegis to the Zohar? Maybe. It looks like they're doing stuff with the Zohar here and they're booting up Cosmos. So maybe she gets her energy from the Zohar and is kind of like a blade. Kind of like an Aegis blade, I should say there. Like you said. Shion, that's what her name was.
Commencing Nataraja boot up sequence.
Also unrelated, but my right wrist has been killing me the past few days. I might put on a wrist brace if it starts feeling real bad. Written and directed by Tetsuya Takahashi. Yep, that's a name I know. Oh, the white bars went away. Now it's just black. Okay, I got a little bit scared when it said 0 FPS. Please don't crash on me. If things do go terribly wrong,
There seems to be
like I do have my physical fallback. It's just a pain. It's all.
Ah, I see a small break in the MT field, route K12.
It will be fun to have some
Looks
Xenosaga
like
save
the
data on my
bi-directional
PS2
link
memory
in the
cards,
V4
though.
field is lagged too. Hold on a minute. I'll fix it now. How was it now?
Sounds very much like something you'd be seeing across Xeno
Okay.
games.
Looks good. Let's keep going.
Roger. Proceeding with Cosmos.
Yeah,
post-separation.
luckily it's as intended. Okay. So what's going on with Cosmos here? Oh, you can
Morning,
tell the moment that
Cosmos.
it's not pre-rendered anymore.
How do you feel?
Good morning, Xian.
Yeah,
All systems
So
are
this is
normal.
graphics bumped up and custom
Well,
textures.
How about introducing yourself?
Is it from the
I am a
beginning of
multi-gnosis
Xenogears there?
humanoid
And hello, hello,
fighting
Ultra
system.
Otaku. Welcome
Serial
on in.
number 00000000001.
Anti-Gnosis humanoid. Yeah, so apparently the Gnosis is what's super similar to the Ghosts in Xenoblade
Development
X.
name KP.
Also the Bible. Yeah, the
Abbreviated name,
Xeno games
Cosmos.
really quite like
As
their
I am currently
biblical
configured
allusions.
For simulated battle, my output is limited to 22% of its normal capacity. My estimated weapon specifications are.
All right, that's good enough. Thanks.
You are welcome.
All I have for you today.
And
are the
Kuzma
usual
with the
starters.
gifted sub to Ultra
Sorry to
Otaku
wake
here.
you up just for that.
Oh.
You'll
Should I have the
to
alert
get
box
back
off
to
during
things
cut?
everything's
Whatever.
checked out.
There's subtitles, you can read it. Meant to do it
Do you feel
anonymously, surely
sad
not.
Or anything?
A predetermined
Are you saying
set
that's
of
who the
emotions
anonymous
has
gifter's
been
been all this
hard-coded
time?
into
Welcome
my
on into
emotion
Team and
module
Harmonic Ultra
to better
Otaku, and I appreciate the
facilitate
gifted sub there.
interactions with humans.
Anonymous
In
gifter.
order to better facilitate a relationship
Yeah, that's
with
not a
you,
bad idea.
Chief Engineer Shion Uzuki of the Cosmos Project,
Blocks less of the
Vector
screen.
Industries
There,
First
it's more in the
R&D
corner now.
division.
I
I
think
will
it's a good
emit
idea.
an expression such as
Can't block
sadness
the whole
only
cutscene.
when that response is deemed necessary. However, the emotion module of my program has determined that this is not necessary at this time.
I guess you're right. I, of all people, should know that.
Your understanding is appreciated.
But you know, Cosmos, I've got mixed feelings about all this. Of course, I'm happy that you're awake, but the fact that you'll go back to sleep makes me a bit sad. On the other hand, the next time you wake up, it may be a time of much bloodshed. So deep down inside, I hope that day never comes. Understand?
The algorithms I have been programmed with do not support the comprehension of illogical human thought.
I think because we're
I
gonna
hope
be
you'll
hopping
be
in a
able to
simulation here. Or maybe we already are in one?
Understand someday.
I will do my best.
All right, Cosmos, shall we get started? Alan, let's pick up from process 277 where we last left off.
Roger. Placing target drones in the encephalon. The drones are set to random movement and enemy ambush. How about a test run before the mission, Chief?
Sure,
Combat
let's
tutorial?
do that. Did you get that, Cosmos?
Affirmative.
I wish I played more like big PS2 games as a kid. The only big ones I really played was the Sly series, and then like a whole bunch of just like crappy pumped out shovelware like games. That was a lot of what I played on the PS2. Kind of wish that I'd seen something like this on the shelf and been like, I want to play that, but probably wouldn't have seemed like something that I would have wanted to play at the time. I have to hit circle here. During quests, you'll trigger a battle when you come in contact with an enemy. Here, you'll need to talk to Cosmos, select from the menu, then approach the soldier to start the battle. Hi. I just gotta think like it's a Nintendo controller, and that's A. Target input complete. Normal attacks? The battle program has been set. Entering battle mode. Please approach the target. Changing targets, tech attacks. Battle program has been set. Oh, I'm setting battle programs. Switch to real combat? We take off the VR gear and we beat the shit out of this guy in real life. I don't know. I mean, this is a custom texture pack is what this is. This isn't like the original main game here. Base game, I should say, not main game. Jump, please select switch to real combat when you are ready. Oh. But yeah. Yep, they are indeed. They are computers of the Trinity processor. They are each their own processors, essentially, is what they are. Maybe there'll be some parallels to Cosmos here, who's an actual computer. Battle program's been set. We'll move on to real combat? Alright then, I'll transport you to your original location after the battle's over. Are you ready? Sure. Should I have approached the soldier? I assume we're getting into it now. We'll see. We'll see what if Cosmos is connected to the Zohar. What's going on there? Maybe she's not connected to it at all. I don't know. We'll probably find out soon enough. Yeah, we are doing a battle here. Summoning our weapons like it's Xenoblade 3 here. Gives me some Pokemon Coliseum vibes.
This is a good idea?
Actual battle. From now on, the enemies will attack. Keep your eye on the attack order to avoid taking unnecessary damage. Defeat the enemy on the right. Okay, so the attack order is the bottom right, it looks like. Defeat the enemy on the right first, as it can attack everyone at once. Now the game looks a little bit loud over on OBS. I don't want me to be difficult to hear over the game, so I'm just going to adjust that a little smidge here. Because the enemy in the middle of high HP is a good idea to defeat it using tech attacks. Enemies are separated into 3 types. Some attacks are effective against certain types, so study the descriptions of each attack. I can also just turn up my microphone a little bit too, and hope that it doesn't make me sound like crap. I'm always worried about that. The following icons appear in the GTW. Biotype, Mech type, Gnosis type. Okay, so go after this guy here. Oh, I have to hit square, triangle, or X for menu? Use an ether there. Is it B for back? Nope. X for back. This is gonna take a little bit of getting used to. Just think like it's a Nintendo controller. Knuckle. Into stun shock. Zap. And then Cosmos is going to... I assume that's FG shot, where the dot makes it look like it's censoring a letter out. And that is not exactly the most flattering thing that it looks like it's censoring out. I don't dare say what it is out of fear of being canceled here. Let's just punch. And then assault, how about? Did that not kill? Oh. Dramatic death. Kind of looks like Battle Revolution as well. Yeah, so turn-based game here. Because this game is published by Bandai Namco, I wonder if the healing items are the same as the Tales of series. Probably not. I don't know. This guy here? Firecracker. Cherry bomb? I don't know. Sure. Nicely timed sound effect there. Alright, let's blaster you, how about? Can't even see you quite doing that. Into needle. I don't know what that BG up there is, or AP, or anything really.
Clear.
Yeah, I guess if this game doesn't have difficulty modes, then this is just how I'm playing it. Which, hey, fine by me. I don't believe it did, no. FPS NA, it says. But the game isn't breaking right. Cool.
All processes to 300 cleared.
Chief, the data transfer is going smoothly. The A-line protocol is looking good.
It sure is. The
Could also just be
response levels are
emulator
really
slash
good.
custom texture things.
If we can maintain
For
these
load
levels,
times, I don't
we'll have
know.
some great results soon.
Yeah.
Chief?
Hey, Alan. Let's skip all 300 level processes and start from 400.
Living on the edge.
400? Chief, but that's...
I feel pretty confident this time.
But, Chief... Remember what happened last time? Had we waited 10 more seconds to intervene, we wouldn't have been able to get you back at all. Can't we at least test it out in objective mode?
You know we can't get precise data that way. I'll be fine. If something happens, I'll get myself out. Besides, you want to test it out as well, don't you? We spent all night building the native A-line protocol.
Well, yeah, but...
That settles it. Let's get
What?
started.
I lost my headset audio for a second because I slightly
All
bumped
right,
the
then.
cable.
But if anything
I have to
happens, I'm gonna
replace it,
shut
man.
it down from here. So don't press your luck.
All right.
These
all right.
cables don't last very long.
And don't deviate
ridiculous.
from the program.
Okay, Mom.
Jeez, this is so typical of her. Will she ever stop to think about the hell I go through for her?
You know, sir, the way you worry about Chief Uzuki all the time. I'm surprised you haven't keeled over already.
Hey!
Uncomfortable
That's
gap
enough.
between parts of
Is
that
the
sentence.
400 level program ready to go?
We're ready to go anytime.
Then start up the program. I want detailed reports from every monitoring station. Any abnormalities, and I'm shutting down immediately.
That doesn't normally crack. Feels... yeah, still in pain. Cosmos, I'll explain a bit about this place. This place is an imaginary space constructed within the network. It's modeled off of some ruins from nearly 2000 AD. Your mission is to fight the main target within the dilapidated building. The target is marked with a red vector box. There are objects in here that can be detonated. Some are effective if you set them off near the enemy. Use them to your advantage. Now then, let's start the mission. Yeah, they are not. Sure. Alright then, let's start the mission. Don't know why the text fades in like that. I can't turn the camera here. Do buttons do things? Oh, that's menu, I guess. And then X is back, right? Yeah. So what's this about the explodey things? Oh, that changes the camera angle. Wait, which one was it that I hit that changed it? Is it both of them at the same time? It's not a button, it's just when I move here. I'm losing my mind. Yep, that's right. How do I... What? I don't get it. Oh. Okay, wait, what was that? So, then I can go through here. Police, open up! Obtain med kit. Okay. I got a medkit now. I don't know if I'd keep it if this is all, you know, fake. Lack of music here is a little weird, but... Oh, wow. Not quite, but, Metal Gears are bipedal. Was it gun guys that could attack everybody? How did it work with the last thing? You attack first, but there's no way I can kill you before you act, so I should just do this then, right? Here, just... I don't know what the different options here are, really, so, I mean... Here, just do these. Do this, how about? There we go, now he's dead. Nice miss. And then, sure. Is there any reason to do these other things at this point here? Oh, well, that guy was kind of weak. I guess I could have just gunned for him immediately. Let's blaster, how about? Blaster. Oh, well, it was just the one guy on the far left there that was the hardest one to kill. Yeah, it seems neat here so far. Well. Pew. And then, I don't know if there's any things over here. Hey, look, a ladder. Snake Eater. I've got that on my mind now. After playing that game. Where's your RPG Maker music? Oh, can I, like... Also, if there are 2 more objects you can select from, use the L1 and R1 buttons to choose and shoot. Okay, so just, like... Pew. So is there an effect on you before I go into battle now? Can I pew you? Like, oh no, I have to just walk into you. So maybe I don't use it to get advantage going into battle like some games I'm used to. So that guy's the guy that's gonna act coming up here, so I guess I should knuckle power kick him? But yeah. And yeah, that's fair. A lot goes into making a game. I definitely have a lot of experience with putting a lot into a game in a short time. Our very small development cycles that we had. Jeez. Yeah, that was a lot. Firecracker. Spin kick. Okay. And then punch. Sword? Didn't really look like a sword, but hey.
My external appearance is down 5%. Shion, I need to be clean.
My external appearance is down 5%? Which is kind of hard to hear there. What's this? Circle to interact, right? Obtain 2 medkit S. Can I just drop down fast? Dang it. Darn you. Oh, I can't even shoot if I don't have a target to shoot at. I was wondering why I successfully shot the thing the one time when I could have sworn that I hit all the buttons, and then all of a sudden that turned out to be the shoot button. Because I can't shoot normally. Well. And nice. That's always good. Do I have to fight all the guys?
Do you really think this is a good idea?
I don't know. Knuckle power kick. Okay. And then just like blaster killed one of these guys before, so what's blaster again? So anyway, I started blasting. Ouch. And then, I don't know, just do this. Why not? Punch. Assault. You're under arrest for assault.
The enemies have been exterminated.
So I guess all the victory screens are all Cosmos. Not other party members or anything. Oh, we just get to level 2? I wasn't paying enough attention, honestly. Well, this way we go. And then... Oh my, okay.
Target
Yeah,
locked on.
PS2 era RPG camera angles if I've ever seen one. What does that mean for what it's pointing at? Like, on the triangles there. On the bottom right side. Like, if I'm targeting this guy, it's that triangle. I don't understand, but this guy gets picked up when I'm hovering over him, so I assume that he's the one that's going to be acting on the right side there. Here, just do this, because I don't know. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they had that kind of physics in a PS2 game. I guess it just shows the targets that are on the field and who I'm targeting there and has nothing to do with the actual turn tracker. So anyway, I started blasting. Pew! Pew! Okay, well, it's not too bad here, at least. Here, let's do this. Some pews. Oh, I did do some bit of damage with those crits there, it looked like.
Who would have thought one of Miyuki's inventions would come in handy?
Look, now we're getting victory screens with other characters. I guess it's probably just whoever you finish battle with or something. Is what maybe it is. But these kinds of static camera angles I venture around, I'm getting Metal Gear vibes. Here it is. This should be the room. I keep on hitting X. Let's see. To open this door, you need to insert the mission key into the card slot on the right. I don't think I have one, do I? Looks like I need a mission key to open this door. Alright, well, let's go find a mission key in that case.
Who goes there?
No one. But yeah. Depends what you count as old Metal Gear games. I think old Metal Gear games, I think of Metal Gear 1 and 2. I think of just, like, early era Metal Gear games. I think of, like, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. This definitely gives me some vibes of, like, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, or 3 with the static camera angles. 2 and 3 were the ones on the PS2. Similar era there. Wrenching around, set camera angle. Of course, the one that I played with 3 recently was Delta, the remake, where you can play with more modern kind of camera angles, but... So I don't have that much experience with the original MGS3 camera angles, but I do for my full playthrough of MGS2. Fantastic game, by the way. Love MGS2. Your health is getting a little low. Maybe I should check my inventory for these medkits sometime later. We'll see. Yeah. Same era there. I was just debating about ending and just as I'm staring at them. Yep. All PS2 era games. And if memory serves, I think this game was 2002 and then 2 was 2004? Maybe I'm getting mixed up with Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. When did this game come out again? Xenosaga series. Let's go to Wikipedia here. Let's see. Yeah, 2000. Yeah, I was right. 2002 was episode 1, 2004 was episode 2, and then 2006 was episode 3, which was also a PS2 game. I think the PS3 came out in 2007, but production of PS2 units went until like 2013 or something ridiculous like that. So it was always a popular console. Is there any reason to blow that up if there isn't any nearby foes? Does the cover show any other main characters other than Cosmos and Shion? The cover literally only shows Cosmos, and that's it. That's the only one that's on the cover. With some wings going on here. This way. I need a mission key from somewhere. Oh, sweet. The red pill. Obtain revive. Well, it looks like the guys outside respawned. Don't tell me the guys in here respawned because I went out and came back in. The boxes respawned. Yeah, the guys respawn when you go out and come back in. I was kind of hoping I could blow up that wall or something. Can I not, like... Oh, there we go. Interact. But yeah. Well. Let's see. Is that a mission key? I kinda hope so. Also, like my layout implies, I am playing with a PlayStation controller. Just not the one that's shown. I'm playing with a PlayStation 5 controller. Colonel, is this metal? No, that's more like a Xenoblade X style mech. I've got so much Metal Gear on the mind now. Should I have healed before this? Uh-oh. Please tell me it's a game that starts me automatically healed for boss battles. Is it? It's not! I don't know. In this battle, it is possible to pilot an AGWS by selecting AGWS in the sub-menu. First, select AGWS from the menu. It's not there. Oh, you have to hover over them for what they are to appear. That is shit UI design. And next, use the right/left directional button to select its position, then press circle to call it. The turn is over after it is called. Oh. Interesting. It's a Gundam. Yeah, so we can go in mechs here. Huh. Okay, so should you do the same here? Item, move. Okay, so I assume only one party member can do it or something? Oh, no, I hit the wrong button. But yeah, still only one thing. So anyway, I start blasting. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what else to do here. Handgun triple shot B. Okay, that wasn't too much there. And now with my drone, I start blasting. Oh, no, that's Cosmos again. Maybe the drones can't act very much. Oh, no. Look at these Xenoblade X-looking skull weapon names. Maybe that's where some inspiration came from. The AGWS attack with square and triangle. Consumed AP vary with different weapons. Okay, so you need to build up AP to use these things. Furthermore, the submenu will change slightly. W act, this is available when the same weapons are equipped on both arms. 6 AP is required. Ether cannot be used. Item, this cannot be used when piloting an AGWS. Move, this changes your position. Changing position can alter the amount of damage received and may limit your attack. Wait, is this like a Final Fantasy VII, like, front row, back row thing? Or is it, like, just around the battlefield in general? Like, who can attack who and what affects what area? AGWS, this will make you exit the AGWS. Your turn ends after you exit the AGWS. Guard, this reduces the amount of damage received. This is a good way to accumulate AP. Okay, warning, you will not be able to recover during the battle if the AGWS HP reaches 0. Oh. So, let's try this SMG 99AG with triangle. It's probably... I honestly have, like, my inputs down here just because it's like, I have space. I may as well put it on there. I figured it might not be that important for a turn-based RPG. It probably is, because there's no visual indicator of what I'm selecting. So, you actually get to see what I'm selecting without needing to memorize what the animations for the different things look like to know what I'm selecting. But yeah. Wait, so if you can procreate with Pyro, God. They have computers like Cosmos is here. Wonder if it's possible to smash Cosmos as well. Yeah, I mean, gives me some more Xenoblade X vibes so far with these mechs, especially with weapon names like that, but we'll see. This is the stuff that came before those games.
I don't see anything unusual.
So, I mean...
all systems are stable. It's looking good. This ought to make up for last month.
I sure hope so.
Cosmos has reached the checkpoint. Entering process 431.
Replacing targets with Type G drones. Commencing display.
Oh. Entering in like Snake in Metal Gear Solid 2. I've got so much Metal Gear on the mind tonight. Chief, I've changed the settings on the target drones. The next target is keyed to sound, so it will only respond if you make a loud noise. You can move quietly if you hold down the R2 button while moving. Also, the thing behind you is a save point. Oh, so that's not the key. If you press the O button there, you can save your progress. Make good use of it. Okay, so yeah, this is the walk button there. Instead of just... oh, I can still hold the stick, but this just forces it into walk. Okay. Yeah, they were indeed connected to it. Or maybe they were connected through the Aegis. I don't know. Can I target that one? Nope, sure can't. Okay, so save point. Let's see here. Memory card slot 1. Yeah, this one. Shion level 2 here. Save complete. I can't press that to go back there. Now I can. Okay. Well. Is this a thing here? Let's see. I still... oh. Now I have a card. Phew. Here we go. Yoink. I'll take that. Mission key obtained. Now I can unlock the door. Lock has been removed. Sweet. What? Okay, there was a guy like right out there.
All battle systems are go.
Shock bolt EL. Ow, rude. Airborne enemies. Against airborne enemies, use triangle direct line attacks. You cannot use square close range attacks. Okay. So we gotta be doing that, huh? Pew. Be gone with you. And then I start blasting some more. Pew. Into a follow-up pew. Okay.
My external appearance is down 5%. Shion, I need to be clean.
I need to be clean. Ether pack. Alright. Did Malus have one? I should have been walking, shouldn't I have? I need to be looking closer at the map.
Here we go.
You're the one that attacks next, so I can try to do some stuff here. I don't know. Pew. Was there an artifice in that? Wow, mean. So very mean. Is in the Torna country gameplay. Torna? Or Torna the Golden Country, you mean there. Malice's artifice. Oh yeah, that sounds familiar, actually. Well. Be gone with you, please. There we go. You quite like your big beam, huh? Noticing that Cosmos isn't gaining any AP. Knuckle power kick. Beamy bee. Stop going after Cosmos and beaming her. You guys hear about the big new thing supposedly being revealed in the December Pokemon Presents? Why are people already like theorizing, or there's supposedly leaks about what's coming up or something like that? Zap. I have not heard anything. They keep on beaming Cosmos. It was in the background there where you're fighting Malice on the ground. Gotcha. Well, assault. And then, I don't know, firecracker, spin kick. Got a critical there. Am I gonna have to use like a med kit on Cosmos here or something? I guess so. I was wondering if it was like positioning based. Clearly not, because they just went after Shion there. Zap zap. Hopefully it's Mystery Dungeon, either a new one or a remake of Explorers. Don't we all hope? Don't we all? Well, another ether pack. So, items? Is medkit here? Does it say how much it heals? No. Well, now I know it's 50. Be nice if it said the amount. Just in case there's something back here. Or I have to go down to the beginning again. Maybe I just wasted those. Maybe this is actually the end. Did I waste my medkits there? I wonder. Maybe. Maybe. One can certainly hope. I'm feeling tired today. I'm not behind on sleep or anything, but today was definitely a busy day. Wacky, wavy, inflatable tube man.
What's going on?
It's too much for Cosmos to handle.
A new network is being created within the Cosmos mainframe. We've never had a reaction like this before. This is incredible. I've never seen a net grow so fast. Look at it, sir. Portions of the Encephalon map are evolving.
Encephalon?
What the?
Alan, I'm going to engage the target. Make sure you capture all the data.
What? You cannot engage right now.
Isn't this
Tapped
like
into
virtual
Cosmos
reality or
perception.
something?
It's too unstable.
Don't worry. We can pull it off.
What do
Is
you
this
mean,
real?
Don't worry, Chief.
It doesn't... Is it a simulation, but like it can be too much for your mind to handle or something?
Disabling auto safety. Destroy all targets.
So I should probably do that, right? Whoops. This button. And then sure, right here. Sounds good to me. And then, yeah, so you can't do the same even though you do have AP. Because I guess maybe only one can be on the field or something. Yeah, it was probably a good thing that I healed when I did. I don't know, that into needle. Does needle do more? Well, definitely when I crit, but it seems like she does, but I think I can only have one on the field. Is what it seems like it is. Punch. Assault. Revenge combo EEP compound combo attack. Okay, thank you for going after her. 0. 0. Cool. Let's do the square one. How about? Just shimmy on over here. Oh my god, that is a lot of damage. Okay, well, still can't do that. I guess because I need 6 AP for it. Okay, let's punch and then sword. Got a crit there. Okay, well.
The enemies have been exterminated.
The mech is definitely very strong right now. It seems like. Alright, level up to level 3. Ether Pack S. Okay. You can tell it's a pre-rendered cutscene when the graphics aren't as
Shift
good.
target to real mode. We'll test the Hilbert effect.
What? Chief?
You wouldn't be able to tell which ones are pre-rendered and which ones not if I was playing on original
Activate
hardware.
Hilbert.
Roger. Activating Hilbert effect.
My man Hilbert.
I knew this would happen. Status.
This is bad. Something's wrong in the encephalon. The whole thing could collapse at any moment.
What? What about the chief? Chief, you're in danger. Get out of there now.
Hold on. Just a little longer.
Chief!
Nerve impulses in the limbic system. We've got kindling.
That's enough. Shut it down. Pull her out of there now.
Roger. Entering shutdown command. It's been rejected. The chief's overriding us. We can't control it from here.
What? 10 seconds to encephalon collapse. Sir! Damn it!
Things are happening that I presume once we're through all the intro stuff will be explained. What the heck even? It's gonna be one of those games.
Chief!